of even out with those isobars there as we start moving into the work week. Little dip in the trough there, and there comes that low pressure system bringing in that rain for areas of central California and the Sierra, stretching all the way down to Southern California Thursday and then lingering even into Friday afternoon. So that's where we get that 2-day span of that rain. Highs today in those upper 80s, Riverside almost low 90s there. You're looking at 85 in Mission Viejo, areas around Glendale about 86, and then temperatures right around Ojai, 84 degrees. All right, so here's what you'll need for your weekend. You're gonna need that morning sweater, shorts, tanks, and t-shirts, a fitted hat because of the winds, as well as maybe a ponytail, sunglasses, and then evening jeans and a light jacket. I'll send it back to you, Tim. Irene.
All right, Carly, thank you. Now let's take a look at some of our headlines on this Saturday morning.
We're on fire watch this morning as evacuation orders are in place for the Gilman Springs fire. The latest as crews have spent hours battling the blaze.
And another fire burning in LA County where the Crown Fire stands this morning.
Plus, history made. The UCLA women's basketball team is championship bound. We're live in Phoenix with the tournament journey.
Now, Southern California's news leader, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us on this Saturday. I'm Irene Cruz.
And I'm Tim Caputo. This morning, evacuation orders remain in place for some areas close to that Springs fire that is currently burning in Moreno Valley. Right
now, the fire is 25% contained with more than 4,000 acres burned. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter talked to some of those most affected.
A sudden raging inferno as the Springs fire roars to life, racing straight towards dozens of homes.
I looked down, I was in shock. I'm like, oh my God. I thought the neighbors' houses were actually on fire.
Those who had stayed behind despite mandatory evacuation orders doing all they could to try to protect their homes in the Moreno Valley Ranch neighborhood.
I lived here 20 years. We had a couple fires, but it's never gotten this close.
Strong winds fueling the flames burning in the foothills between Moreno Valley and Lake Paris.
I've been rinsing off old pergola and just anything that's flammable, just wetting it down the best that we can, so hopefully we can alleviate any type of embers making their way into places.
The winds were strong and the sky had turned like brown. It was just mind-blowing.
The flames had calmed down until the dramatic change in conditions just feet from homes.
And I'm like, oh, they're going up in flames. And then all of a sudden the fire trucks just showed up.
Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, more than 200 firefighters also battling that Crown Fire. This is in Acton. This all started around 12:30 p.m. yesterday off Crown Valley and Soledad Canyon Road. At least 354 acres have been burned. Right now, it's about 26% contained. All evacuations have since been downgraded to a warning. You can see a map there on the right side of your screen of where this area is.
Well, some eastbound lanes on the 210 freeway are back open after a deadly crash caused major traffic backup in the Sunland area. A semi and a sedan collided in the eastbound lanes just before 10 last night. Much of the sedan was crushed under the front of the semi. Firefighters had to use the jaws of life to peel away the roof of the car. 2 people inside the sedan were killed. The driver of the semi was trapped for a time, but is expected to be okay.
In the Middle East this morning, a frantic search for one of the crew members aboard the U.S. fighter jet that was shot down over Iran on Friday. Now, this fighter jet had 2 people on board. One of them already been rescued. However, a search and rescue operation right now underway for that second person. The White House says President Trump has been briefed on this situation. The Iranian news agency Fars reports a reward is currently on the table for capturing quote, enemy pilot or pilot. We will have a full report on the search coming up in our next half hour.
The primary election for Los Angeles mayor is less than 2 months away. Now, a new poll by UCLA finds that 40% of likely voters remain undecided. The poll shows incumbent LA Mayor Karen Bass with 25% support. Conservative television personality Spencer Pratt, who lost his home in the Palisades fire, is second with 11%, while Los Angeles City Council member Nithya Raman has 9% support. Ray Chen Huang and Adam Miller both getting 3%. 14 candidates in all are running for mayor. If no candidate wins a majority on June 2nd, the top 2 vote getters will compete in a runoff election in November. Happening today, the Coachella Valley's sold-out GOP California governor debate. We'll see Riverside Sheriff Chad Bianco and Steve Hilton try to prove they've got what it takes to lead California. It's their first Republican gubernatorial debate. The event is being hosted by the Lincoln Club of Coachella Valley. It kicks off this afternoon at 4.
They're officially one win away. The Bruins are still dancing this morning. UCLA women's basketball continues to make history this season, now just one win away from winning the NCAA title.
Eyewitness News reporter Ashley Mackey is live in Phoenix, Arizona this morning, where the excitement for tomorrow's national championship is building. Ashley, good morning.
Good morning, Irene, Tim. UCLA and its fans get to stick around here in Phoenix for another couple of days with a shot at the program's first ever NCAA championship title on the line. And last night, the Bruins got to celebrate with fans after their historic win in the Final Four. The #1 seeded UCLA women's basketball team has earned 40 more minutes in this dance. The Bruins avenged their one loss of the season last night, beating Texas 51-44, extending their win streak to 30 games. And what a game it was. Senior Lauren Betts led the Bruins last night with a double-double, her second this tournament. She put up 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. One of those blocks came in clutch with just 21 seconds left in the game. Kiki Rice followed Betts up with 11 points, including some late free throws that sealed the deal for the Bruins. And Gianna Neepkins and Gabriela Jaquez added another 10 points apiece. This wasn't just a rematch from back in November when the Bruins lost by 10 to the Longhorns. It was a chance to extend their season. The Bruins starting 5 are seniors, and all season long they've talked about wanting to play together for as long as possible, and now they've done it.
The love that we have for each other truly drives us to just compete so hard. Like, we want this so bad for each other. You know, we want to make history and we want to do this for all of each other.
Look, we've worked so hard to get to this point, but there's also the sense that, look, we're not done yet. You know, we're not just satisfied getting to the national championship. We're not just satisfied being in the Final Four, but, you know, staying really locked in, present, focused on the moment, and knowing that we have one more game to finish off, and just continue to stay focused and work hard.
And now it's on to the finals. The Bruins will play the South Carolina Gamecocks tomorrow at 12:30, and you can watch that game right here on ABC. Reporting live in Phoenix, Arizona, Ashley Mackey, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
I like this buildup of the revenge weekend, beating Texas and hopefully beating South Carolina on Sunday as well. Thank you, Ashley.
Well, let's get now to the weather. Meteorologist Carly Gomez is in for Shayla with a check of your forecast. I know it's going to be a pretty warm weekend out there, Carly.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
No worries. Yeah. Also, we are looking at a lot of the winds still continuing today. So keep that in mind. You're heading out the door. Maybe that fitted hat, maybe the ponytail up, at least for half the day, as we are going to see some of those conditions out there get pretty windy, a little gusty out there with the offshore Santa Ana winds. Now, Long Beach right now 56 degrees. We are calm to light for areas of Long Beach all the way through LA and portions of our valley. We are going to be seeing light winds. No major issue with winds there, but we are looking at those winds and a wind advisory in place for areas like Thousand Oaks to San Fernando Valley all the way through LA and Ventura counties. We're also seeing it for portions of Orange County and areas of Riverside and San Bernardino County under a wind advisory until about 3 p.m. You're looking at that brown shade there. That is an air quality alert. They are looking at a lot of those fires that have been burning, causing some bad air quality. So please be safe. If you have respiratory issues, you want to probably keep it inside for a little while longer. We are going to see some onshore winds, though, coming in by